Alright, with Flexile down, now we are heading to Straid. We want the Soul Vessel and the Bonfire Ascetic here. And there's some other nice loot as well. Also, this is just a convenient time to go this way. We gotta open up the path to Straid eventually, we gotta open up the path to Sinner eventually. And we already have Artisar set up. And we already have everything we need. The split isn't really gonna get any easier. We're gonna basically one-shot everything for free. There should be virtually no risk at all. So, might as well get it done now while we're here. Got a free soul over there. That's a 2k soul. Light the bonfire, though we probably won't need it. It's really only for Forlorn. And even then, we might be better off just killing Forlorn. It's a very easy invasion. Forlorn in this area will not chase you all the way back down the stairs there, so you can just kind of kite him back. He'll eventually drop aggro. You can shoot him in the back. Rinse and repeat till he dies. Very, very safe. And a couple archers out here, but they're never going to fire a shot. You're going to snipe them from well outside their aggro range. Easy kill. Same for the next guy. Easy kill. The most dangerous thing in this entire split is gravity. So just make sure you don't die to gravity and you'll be fine. Check for Forlorn before we proceed. You could homer it out and then restore the spell with an herb and go again. Or we could just kite him back and kill him. Either way. Okay, cat rings on. Let's go. Come over here for a 5k soul. 30 worth. Open this door here. Now walk, don't run. If you run, then the archers can aggro. If you just walk, then those guys will leave you alone, so don't have to worry about them. Let's get that soul ring back on. Walk over here, kind of hug the wall on this side so we can get an angle on this guy before he aggros. Makes for an easy kill. And then this part, this is technically optional. That shiny over there, that's 2 flame butterflies. There are a couple enemies in here. I'm going to show how to get it, but we could potentially skip these. Flame butterflies are hard to come by, so these can be nice to have. We'll blow up the barrels, lock on from around the corner, strafe out, boom. So if you want them, there they are. If you don't want them, you can skip them. The dogs, we just open the door and then fall back, lure them into the choke, shoot them one by one. We one-shot them both, so very easy. Now we're going to walk, don't run here. There's a guy up above. He'll hear us if we're running, but if we're just walking, he leaves us alone. So we can get over here and clear out these 3 enemies. Shoot this guy in the head. Backstab the next one. And then that guy does not have a bow, he can't reach us. Not threat. So we'll snap him from up here safely. And that gets us to this little platform. From here we can snipe the shadow without any fear of retaliation. Free kill. There's also a green blossom here, which is pretty nice. Green blossoms are hard to come by in the early game, and there are a few spots where we will want them. They can be kind of useful. Not strictly necessary, but nice to have. And they're hard to come by, so we get the green blossoms we can. We only have 2 green blossoms right now. Oh, and this is a soul vessel. That's important. We're going to want the soul vessel. This will allow us to respec a bit. So we can get enough int to cast Dark Fog without needing the Ring of Knowledge. That's very convenient. Not strictly necessary, but very, very nice. So there's our soul vessel. And yeah, we only have 2 green blossoms right now. There are 2 spots in the early game where we are going to want a green blossom. So we can't get too many more other than that. There are another 2 green blossoms we can get here. I'll point that out in a bit. But for Skeptic Spice there, don't die to fall damage. Skeptic Spicers are nice. Don't skip those. They're going to save us a level later. Bonfire Ascetic. Definitely going to want that. We'll head up here. So now we're going to Straid to open up the shortcut. We don't actually need anything from Straid just yet. But we'll be able to come back and buy it later when we do. I'm gonna step out here and snap a few enemies. If you want, you can clear out the guys in the pots as well. Just poke with the rapier. I'll poison this guy through the wall. Did I get him? Yeah, we got him. Okay. We do that before we open the door so he can't reach us. Free kill. Now I'm going to clear out all these guys. I don't think they actually attack unless you attack them first. But they make me nervous. Also, they can drop a learning skulls and just 3 souls. So we'll clear out them. We'll go depetrify Straid, light this bonfire so we can get back here later. We're going to need to buy quite a few spells from Straid in this run. But again, we don't actually need anything right now. So we're just going to get the bonfire for the moment. We could get the Ring of Knowledge. We could use that cast Dark Fog, but it's so much more convenient to just get a little more int thanks to that soul vessel. Okay, so now let's talk about those green blossoms. There are 2 more green blossoms we could pick up down there. Pretty easy to get to if you just kind of snipe these enemies in this area. In fact, yeah, let's just do it. I would probably skip these if it were just me, but let's show how to reach them. This will give us 2 extra green blossoms just in case something goes wrong or we want to spare. Yeah, again, not strictly necessary. There we go. Yeah, I'd probably skip those 2. Very, very optional. Alright, so now for the next part, we're going to try and light Sinner's Bonfire while we're here. If we get a Forlorn, we're just going to homeward out. And we can come back for this later. We don't need this bonfire yet. It's just convenient to get it while we're already here. We've already cleared all these other enemies. There's no reason not to go this fight now, unless we get a Forlorn. If we get a Forlorn, we homeward out, and we'll just come back here when it's actually time for Sinner. There we go. With the longbow, we can easily snipe the enemies, and we are clear. We didn't get a Forlorn. So let's go light the bonfire, and then we are moving on. Back to Majula for some levels, and a Respec. Alright. Let's see, we want some more attunement and some more int. We need another spell slot. Doesn't actually matter what we spend this level on, so as we get to, it's level 96. Also, we gotta put the Hexer's hood back on. And now we're gonna go Respec. We want a little more endurance to help us get through Shulva. We want a little more int so we can cast Dark Fog without needing anything extra. And we overinvested in Faith, so we can afford to do this. We're going to go 17 Faith so we can cast Homeward with the Hexer's on. 24 int so we can cast Dark Fog with the Hexer's on. 20 attunement so we get our 4 spell slots. We can afford to drop a point of ADP thanks to the extra attunement. Get our dex back. And the rest goes into green bar. We don't actually need strength for a while. We will need more faith eventually, but not yet. And the extra endurance can help quite a bit. It's not much, but it is almost a 10% increase. So now we are ready for Shulva. Let's get those spells. We're gonna want Dark Fog, Yearn, and Homeward. That's all we need. Let's go.